then it's going to be up to you to say, okay, what do I do about this inflation? Make more cash flow. So more cash flow is going to help you counter inflation. Well, next, the other obstacle are taxes. If you're a W-2 employee, every time you get your paycheck, it is clear to you that a third of your income at least is gone for taxes. So taxes is a major obstacle. It's sucking up a tremendous amount of your cash flow. So as a CEO, you have to say, what can I do to counter the impact of taxes? Unfortunately, millions of Americans are not. So inflation is sucking up their cash flow. A third of their income is going to taxes. That means that's a large chunk of money that is not going in the retirement account that we're supposed to be relying on to take care of us down the road. Next, because those first two are taking so much of our money, we then have to borrow. See, think about it. If the masses aren't aware consciously in the forefront of their mind about taxes, when they get a contract that says you make $50,000 a year, they really think they got $50,000 a year. So they move in the neighborhood based on that 50. They buy a car based on that 50. The clothes they wear based on that 50. The recreation they do with their family based on that 50,000. But you forgot, taxes are going to take a third of it. So now you really only got 35. So in order to make up the difference so you can maintain that $50,000 lifestyle, we start borrowing on credit cards. We start borrowing for car loans. We start borrowing for mortgages. So now that means more of our money now has to get used to service that debt, pay on the interest. So between inflation sucking up our cash flow, taxes sucking up our cash flow, paying interest on the debt sucking up our cash flow, it's very little money left to retire. Now, why is that a problem? Because we're taught when we're young to go to school, get an education, use that education, get a good job, invest in our retirement accounts, and then down the road we're going to be okay. So if there's no cash to invest in retirement accounts, how are you going to be okay down the road? Thus, 90% of the working force are not okay when they get 20 years down the road. They're not okay when they get 25 years down the road. So we have to solve that problem. Easy. More cash flow and better financial strategies. So we put together an online educational system that focuses on financial literacy and entrepreneurship, the things that the traditional education system aren't teaching us. The things that you aren't learning when you get your architectural degree. The things that you aren't learning when you get your engineering degree, your medical degree, and your law degree. But you still need them in order to win in a capitalist society. So our online educational system is membership-based, and we deliver through a web-based business. It consists of 5 cash flow strategies. These are some of the strategies that our associates have used to increase their cash flow in excess of $400 million, in addition to business income. See, so it's a web-based business. So we help them build a for-profit, profitable business. A business that ultimately replaces their job income. A business that gives them thousands of dollars a month that now allows them the ability to put more money in their retirement account. Now allows them the ability to buy, build, and grow more assets to help them get to where they're going. So let's talk a little bit about this system and these 5 cash flow strategies. First is correcting tax withholdings. Next is building better credit with our credit system. Minimizing taxes via our cash flow manager software, our debt elimination software, and our investment education. So let's take a look at each one real quick. The first one is the fun one because there's 100 million people that we can help with this one. See, one of the things that Iconz talked about is this. In order to have a successful business, there's a couple things you must have. You must have a market with a need. And then they must have a problem that can be solved. And if you want to have a shot to have a successful business, you need to be able to have a solution to that problem. So guess what? 100 million people is our market. 100 million people have too much money taken out of their paycheck for taxes. That means they have not enough cash flow to go to work for them so they can get to retirement. Now, the reason we know this is the number because the IRS tells us that 80% of employees have too much money withheld from their paychecks for taxes. Now, how do they know this? Because last year, 83% of tax filers, W-2 employees, got tax refunds. So they overpaid, and your refund is what you overpaid throughout the year. Of course, except not counting child tax credit, earned income credit. But the majority, the IRS says 80% overpaid throughout the year, and they sent them a refund back. Now, that money that was overpaid, it caused the employees to lose money. See, how does overpaying every pay period cause you to lose money? See, some people think, well, it's a savings account. No. You send the money to the IRS. They don't just hold on to it, a nice little cabinet for you. No. They put your money to work. They make money off of your money, and then when they give you your money back, they don't give you any of the interest. So you, in essence, gave the government, who doesn't need your money, an interest-free loan, when you could have kept the money and invested in your retirement account. You could have kept the money and bought some assets with it. But instead, 100 million people, that's a huge market. 100 million have too much taken out of their paycheck. Now, so the IRS says it's much better to maximize your take-home pay. Use that money for investing. Use that money for eliminating your debt. Use that money for a lifestyle, take care of your family. Now, some people say, well, how can this happen to 100 million people? Easily. One, we never grew up in a household where we heard our parents talking about it. So we go into our first job to fill out the paperwork unprepared, not knowing what we're about to face. So we get there, we get all this paperwork, excited to fill it out so we can start our first job. We start filling it out. Some of the stuff we don't understand. The form itself, it doesn't have the very best instructions, so it's easy for someone to make the mistake. And a lot of times we might not be humble enough to ask what it is. And then for those of us who are humble enough to say, hey, what is this? How do I fill it out? Unfortunately, the assistant in HR doesn't know how it works. So they might give you some advice like, you single? Yeah, have no kids? No. Well, put 0, you're going to get the biggest tax refund. And for someone who doesn't know any better, that sounds like a good thing. But over time, we've learned that it's a bad thing. Every dollar you get back in a refund, outside of course, the child tax credit and earned income credit, every dollar you get back represents a loss of money to you. That's a dollar you got 0 interest on for the entire year. It made you no babies. So you got to get all your money back. Now, this particular strategy, we not only help you fill out the allowance worksheet, which some people are familiar of that they filled out wrong, but it also, we help you fill out the adjustments, deductions, and additional income worksheet. So that allows you to get even additional allowances. Now, this equates to $200 to $500 more dollars back into your paycheck. Into your paycheck. No more hours, no part-time job, but $200 to $500 more coming home in your paycheck. That's free money. Now, the second cash flow stream, and this is also a strategy inside this same membership, is building better credit with our smart credit system. Now, credit is important because, unfortunately, millions of Americans are losing valuable dollars because they're overpaying on interest. Their credit score is too low, so they have too high of an interest rate for their mortgage, too high of an interest rate for their car loans. They're too high of an interest rate on their credit cards. They have to leave first, last, and security deposits when they get apartments and things, which means their money is tied up there and it's not working for them somewhere else. So we have to help millions of Americans, there's 68 million of them, get their scores to 750 plus. And when we do that, they're going to lower their borrowing costs, keeping more cash flow. So building a credit score equates to bringing more cash flow because you're lowering borrowing costs. Ultimately, you want to be able to buy what you need on cash and have your money working for you, or have the very lowest interest rates possible. But the challenge is Americans don't know what they don't know. See, millions of Americans don't understand how credit works. Your credit is made up of a pie, 5-piece pie. And the only thing the masses are typically familiar with, because that's what they hear on the radio and on TV, is disputing items on your credit report. Well, that only represents 35% of the pie. So when you pay a company to repair your credit, they're only addressing 35% of your credit score. But what we do is we give you a 10-module, 26-video system, self-help, at your own pace. It's the A to Z's to how credit works. It shows you how to address all 100% of your score. And guess what? The flaw or the setback from not understanding how credit works and having someone else do it for you, you're hoping that they're operating in your best interest and not theirs. Well, unfortunately, in that industry, they're not. I'll give you just one example. I'm not picking on them. It's just their business model. But because you don't know, you get to address up to 21 items, dispute 21 items at the same time, all three bureaus. Well, guess what? The companies know that, but they know you don't know that. So you pull the credit report. It has 10 items that need to be disputed. You pass the credit report on to them. Well, they know you don't know what's going on, so they dispute 2 this month, 2 the next month. They stretch it out 5+ months. Why? Because you're paying them monthly. That's how they get paid. That's how their margins are so big. But when you do it yourself, when you have all the videos, you have all the dispute letters, you dispute all 10 at that time, at the same time, while you're addressing the other 65% of your score. So we're empowering you with the tools that you can repair, build, and maintain 750 plus credit. Now that you know it, your children will hear you talking about credit at the table. They will hear you talking about the W-4 at the table. You'll have knowledge to teach them. So when they experience outside of the house, they'll already know what's going on. They'll already know what to do. So these first 2 cash flow streams brings more cash flow back into your household, back into your financial budget. The third one, minimizing taxes via our cash flow manager. Now, this is pretty simple. The gist of it on the forefront is, first of all, you're going to be able to convert expenses that you're already incurring and making them tax deductible. Turn expenses that you already have and make them tax deductible. Now, how is that possible? Because business owners have access to hundreds of deductions that employees do not. Business owners have access to hundreds of deductions that employees do not. So what does that mean? That means when you get our system, it's delivered through a web-based business. You're now a business owner. So guess what? You now get to make your expenses for your car and truck tax deductible, partially tax deductible. We use, excuse me, the IRS publications to help you do it. One of our handouts we give gives you an excerpt of publication 463. It's right on the IRS's website, publication 463, and it shows you exactly how to move so your vehicle, so your expenses that you incur while operating your vehicle now become partially tax deductible. So we teach you right from the IRS publications. So it's okay that you don't know it now, but CEO, you will know it when you take the steps to put yourself in front of the information. When you take the action to move the needle, guess what? Our online system also now, your same cell phone bill now becomes partially tax deductible. Your same internet access bill now becomes partially tax deductible. You know all that travel you did in 2018 that you did not get deductions for, you did not get the write-off? Well, starting tonight going forward, you will. And the only reason those 100 million people weren't doing it is because they didn't know. Millions don't know what they don't know. But we're going to teach them. That's our job. We're going to teach them. And we're going to teach you how to teach them as well. Teach one that reach one. All right? Now, guess what? I was recently talking to some folks that's a single parent. Well, most people don't know that, first of all, businesses can pay wages. Well, parents get a double benefit. Parents get to pay their children wages. And it's money that they were going to spend anyway. And guess what? We teach you from IRS publications. See, IRS publication 15 says family employees. Payments to the service of a child under age 18 are not subject to Social Security or Medicare taxes as long as the employer is the parent of the child and the business is sole proprietorship. So guess what? You can pay your children for helping you in the business. It comes right out of IRS publications. It's just the masses don't know. They know how to play fantasy football. They know how to do those things, but no one in their circle is telling them how to make their children's daycare tax deductible. Karate classes tax deductible. Favorite foods tax deductible. Hobbies tax deductible. We're going to show you how to do that because business owners have access to deductions that employees do not. Now, fortunately, also in this membership comes a software called the Cash Flow Manager software. And you download this software on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. Now, the importance of that is this. It's one thing for us to tell you that you can write your miles off, or insurance off, or lease payments off on your vehicle, or travel, or cell phone, or internet access, but we don't tell you how. See, you didn't learn how to do that when you became an architect, or an engineer, or a firefighter, or a doctor. You didn't learn how to do that. So we have to also give you that knowledge as well. So this software allows you to take down the who, what, when, where, and why, and how much of all your expenses, take digital images of receipts, and it keeps tracks of all of it day by day as you go for the whole year, and then you print that document out and now give it to your tax preparer. See, it's tax time. Tax time is in full bloom. Tax preparation isn't the key. Tax planning and tax strategy starting January 1 that you apply through the whole year is the key. That's how you save thousands of dollars a year on your taxes. And it starts here with understanding how to minimize your taxes and then having a software to let you document every tea you have with someone, every coffee you have with someone, all of those things. So the Cash Flow Manager software, along with our strategy for minimizing taxes, helps again put $200 to $500 back into your paycheck, monies that you're already making. You say, well, I don't have a paycheck, you're an independent contractor. Well, it helps you get the deductions that's going to lower your taxable income on the money you are making in your business, or the money you're making as an independent contractor, whether you're a realtor, insurance agent, personal trainer. See, you're going to have to pay taxes on the money, but how much money you're going to have to pay taxes on depends on what expenses that you are documenting and what expenses that you know to document. Now, that information I just gave you helps those 100 million people that need more money and want more money. Just that alone is more value than what it costs for our system. So as you're providing this system, you're going to be earning income, because $27.95 gets you everything I just talked about. The website, the web-based business, it gets you lessons, step-by-step, how to adjust your W-4. It gets you our video system, the step-by-step to repairing, building, maintaining good credit. It gets you our Cash Flow Manager software, $27.95. You tell me that's not value to someone. See, what I'm going to challenge you to do is spend $27.95 on yourself before you go blow it on New Year's Eve. See, what value is that $28 going to serve you spending it on New Year's Eve? But it will absolutely help you move the needle and help you get closer to where you're trying to get to financially. So the cash flow that we help you shift, plus the cash flow from business income, we're now going to help you use to aggressively start eliminating your debt. So we have a debt elimination software that shows you how to prioritize your creditors. Prioritize those debts so you can get rid of them the fastest. So that's what the software does. So that income and that the stuff we shifted, the dollars we shifted, we're going to say use as much of that as you can to start rapidly eliminating that debt. Well, guess what? A big part of your credit score, 30% of it, is credit usage. And what that means is this. Let's say you have a credit card that has a $1,000 limit. Well, if you're sitting at a $500 balance, your credit score is going to suffer, because once you go over 30%, your credit will start going down. Well, guess what? There are so many people who took a credit hit because of Christmas, because they bought so much stuff on credit cards. So now we're giving them the cash flow. See, this next week, we're giving them the money in their paycheck. See, those folks that adjust their W-4 tonight, tomorrow, the next day, in January's check, they're going to get the money. So now they can put that extra cash on those credit cards and start paying that debt now. Pay the car off faster, reducing your borrowing costs. Now, we know also in the traditional education system and at most dining room tables, there's no discussion on how you go about eliminating debt. So guess what? We have video training on that, manuals training on that, live training on that. We don't leave anything to chance. Make sure you understand the A to Z's of all of that. So the ultimate goal is to get debt free, because guess what? Once you're debt free, that's less money you need to get time that. That's less money you need to take care of your overhead and your lifestyle. Now, we took care of the cash flow part. Getting more cash flow, paying off your debt, getting all that cash flow back. But cash flow is not enough. How do I know that? There were athletes, entertainers, lottery winners that had millions of dollars. They had a lot of cash flow. But then we soon hear stories about them being broke. So now comes the financial strategy part. How do you turn that cash into assets that bring you enough cash to get free? See, millions of Americans have worked 20, 25, 30 years, and during those working years, they haven't turned enough cash into assets that bring them enough cash that they no longer have to work. But we're going to show you a system that allows you to collapse time, that allows you to get help doing it so you can do it in 12 months, 18 months, 36 months. You can do it very fast. Now, but we have to teach you that. So our investment education is about teaching you the terminology of money, teaching strategies. So what's compound interest? What's a stock? What's a bond? What's a real asset? How do you set up an investment account? You know who's in trouble? Those millions of Americans that were told that all they have to do is go to school, get a good education, use that education to get a good job, and then put money away in a retirement account job and you'll be okay down the road. Those millions of Americans that have jobs that don't have retirement accounts on those jobs, those are the ones that are in trouble because no one's teaching them about building anything else. No one's teaching them how to set up their own investment account. No one's teaching them that. We're teaching them that. Then you'll know where to put your money to get the best return on your investment. Then you'll understand the importance of owning a piece of America. See, I want you to think about this. Think about way back when you bought your child their first Easter outfit. Years ago. Or you might be a newer parent that has a 2-year-old, 3-year-old, you've already started that process. Now I want you to think. Think about all the parents that just purchased over Christmas all this Nike apparel. What would have happened if way back, in place of that first Easter outfit, because you wanted to look good in church, no value, you bought your child a share of Nike stock? Every birthday, every holiday, the first gift you bought your child or yourself was a share of Nike stock. Now everybody in America, all over the world, walking around them Air Jordans is making your family money. Every time you see that swoosh sign on Nike, you know that's somebody making you money. Every time you see a Just Do It commercial, somebody is making you money. That's the importance of understanding that you have to own a piece of America. Now that you understand that part of it, how do you build you a business? How do you turn this $27.95 into what you need to take care of your family on a monthly basis? Into a 4-figure, into a 5-figure, into a 6-figure income? How do you do that? You copy. You do the exact same thing Walmart did. Walmart said, we understand distribution is king. Product is not king. It's not. Here's a case to prove it to you. What is Walmart known for? Outside of being the one-stop shop. They're not known for groceries, but they sell a whole bunch of it. They're not known for baby food, clothes, sporting goods, automotive parts, but they have all of that. What they're known for being is the one-stop shop. So you can go to any of their franchises anywhere in the world and get a little bit of everything. So they understand that distribution is king. So the CEOs of Walmart, they focused on distribution, getting outlets, and they knew if they had outlets, they could sell anything. Unfortunately, millions of Americans, they have it all wrong. They grow off of emotion. So they get sold on some skinny tea. And now they want to sell the world skinny tea. Not that there's anything wrong with skinny tea, but focusing on the product isn't going to get them where they need to go. It's distribution, because distribution gets you help. So let me show you first. Every single membership that we sell comes with a website, a personalized website. But also listed on that website is all the company's products, many of which that are in our memberships. But not everyone's going to get a membership, but they're still going to want those 26 videos. So they go to any of our associates' website and get the credit videos. They can go to any of our associates' websites and get ID theft protection. Someone who's not in our business, who doesn't have a membership, an insurance agent, a real estate broker, or a real estate agent, a mortgage broker, a personal trainer, an independent contractor, a small business owner can go to any of our associates' website and get the cash flow manager software and now be able to keep meticulous records on any and all the businesses that they have. One-stop shop. They can go to any of our websites and book travel. They don't call us. They just go 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, click on there, book their airline ticket, book their hotel, book their cruises, book their family vacations. Like, guess what? Millions of Americans have been doing all year, but now they go to any of our sites to do it, which means our associates have the ability to make money while they sleep. See, in a linear pay system where you have to work 40 to 60 hours to make your money, when you sleep, you don't make anything. And you have no opportunity to do that. So now we're changing that linear pay system to a leverage pay system. We're now leveraging first technology. Now, guess what? We got roadside assistance. See, we're a one-stop shop. We have a mall on our website. We have contracts with over 1,000 businesses. Walmart, Macy's, Best Buy, BrandsMart, Sears, JCPenney's. Over 1,000 stores representing 1 million products. So now they need customers. So the agreement we have with them, any of our customers go to their website, they're going to reward them for supporting us by giving them cash back on any of their purchases. And then they're going to reward us by giving us commission. A win-win. So that's just a few of our products. We have a myriad of products, but all of our products are listed on every associate's website. So guess what? Every time you help someone with one of these memberships, what are you helping them? You're helping them shift their dollars back in their paycheck. You're helping them get access to the tools they need to repair, build, and maintain 750 plus credit. You're helping them understand now that they can start writing off expenses that they already have, saving thousands of dollars a year on their taxes. You're helping them get a strategy to be able to rapidly eliminate their debt. You're helping them get access to archived videos on how investments work. What's a stock? What's a bond? How to set up an account. That's what you're helping them do every time you get them a membership for $27.95. Now, guess what? We have the fastest pay system and promotion system in the industry. See, every time you help someone with the $27.95 membership, the first 2 times you do that, the company's going to pay you $8 commission each. And in addition to that, going forward, when they earn commission, the company's going to pay you 25% income match. So if one of those first 2 individuals that came in business with you make $1,000, guess what? The company's going to pay you $250. The other one makes $5,000 in commission, the company's going to pay you $1,250. Now, for some people, this is the very first time in their entire adult lives they ever made a single penny off someone else's efforts besides their own. Just think about it. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire fast because he earned income off of 13,000 people's efforts, their time, their knowledge, their education, their leadership. He has 13,000 employees in Facebook. But the masses are taught, get some education so you can go be leveraged. So you can use your 40 hours to help somebody else. And there's nothing wrong with that, but they left out the lesson that tells you to do the same thing. That's why people think it's bad to recruit. That's insane. See, now as an executive vice president, because you got promoted. Now you help somebody get a membership at $27.95, you get paid $28. They spend less than $28, you get $28. Every single time you do it, unlimited number of times. Now, here it goes again. When that new person shares a membership with someone, their best friend, see, how can you find out how and put $200 to $500 in your paycheck and not tell somebody? Tell someone you say you care about. Well, guess what? You can expect them to do the same thing. Well, every time they do it, you're going to up to $20 each. So now you have to say, okay, I'm making money up front off what I do as well as what other people do. Is that it? Nope, it's not it. You got to have the walkaway money. You got to have that residual income where you do the work one time and your grandbabies get paid on that work. See, when you go into a Marriott hotel or you drive a Ford, there was a couple generations before that created that. But their grandbabies are getting paid off it today. So you can put something in place today that takes care of your grandbabies. So you earn the $8,000 income every time those business owners renew their membership. Why would they renew their membership? Because as long as they're an active business owner, they have all the tools. As long as they're an as a business owner, they pay their kids' wages, saving on taxes. They write their vehicle off, saving on taxes. They write their travel off, saving on taxes. Their communications, saving on taxes. The only question is, can you build? Can you build a team? Can you help enough people? Well, can you recruit 3 people? I'm intentionally using that painful word recruiting. Can you recruit 3 people? And it's really not recruiting, because if you're watching this live on Facebook or if you're listening to the webinar, what I just told you is that for $27.95, $27.95, you can put $200 to $500 of your hard-earned money back in your paycheck. I don't got to sell you on that. Either you want your own money or you don't. It doesn't help me either way. I don't get any of that $200 to $500. So I don't have to sell you on that. So I'm sharing this information with you. You either want to take the action to move the needle or you don't. So you're not selling someone on it. You're just telling them something they didn't know. See, you probably didn't know before you came on here tonight that you could pay your children wages for helping you in the business. And that same money, you're spending it on what you were spending it on anyway and getting a 100% deduction for it. Now, let's address the elephant, recruiting. So you have the right frame of mind and feel very comfortable with it and look forward to doing it. And then I'm about done. Listen, if you opened up, imagine you just opened up a state-of-the-art gym. You're going to have Pilates classes, yoga classes, Zumba. See, they don't even do aerobics no more. They do Zumba. You're going to have CrossFit. You're going to have the best personal training sessions in the city, in your city, right? Let me ask you this. Your gym is scheduled to open up Monday morning. Are you going to be the only one there when you open your doors? Of course not. You're going to recruit you some personal trainers. In fact, you would have recruited you some personal trainers 6 months prior so they can get you some customers to come in the door. You're going to recruit you some yoga instructors, some Pilates instructors. You're going to recruit you some Zumba instructors. You're going to recruit you some customer service folk so they can have some activities for the members. You're going to recruit all those folks. Now, what's going to happen when you do that is your income is going to grow exponentially, because all of their efforts is going to make you more money than you could have ever possibly made if you opened and ran that gym by yourself. That's the power of this system, having a leverage pay. That's how Oprah became a billionaire so fast. That's how Zuckerberg became a billionaire so fast, because they have other people's knowledge, skills, education, leadership, efforts helping them. That's why you're so valuable to your job, because your knowledge, your skills, your time help them compound their income, their earning potential. So now, 3 people you share it with. Those 3 people can share it with someone. That's 9 more people. If those 9 can share with 3 people, that's 27 more people. If those 27 people can find just 3 each out of the 100 billion people that want more money, need more money, that's 81 more people. Bottom line is, if you can build a business, and we can help you with our support. If you build a business that's growing at 25 new memberships a week, that would pay you $500 extra a week. That would be an extra $2,000 a month. What would an extra $2,000 a month do for your lifestyle? For some people, that $2,000 might put them in their dream home. Might put them in the neighborhood that they want to live in. Well, at the end of the year, that's 1,250 new people on your team that you would have empowered directly or indirectly with the knowledge and tools they need. 1,250 out of 100 million. Well, guess what? 1,250 people at $8 a month residual income each, that's $10,000 a month. So now, if you don't make $10,000 a month in your job right now, that's no big deal. But why? Because you don't make it on your job, you don't desire to make it? Would you like to move the needle so you can? See, once you become a business owner, you now have unlimited access to that $100 trillion. And so it becomes a free enterprise system for you. And we're going to give you a vehicle to let you have at it. See, what happens when your business starts growing at 100 new members a week? Well, that's going to pay you an extra $2,000 a week. Or it would pay you $8,000 a month. That's almost $100,000 a year of upfront earnings. Well, guess what? After a year of that, 12 months of that growth, that's 5,000 new people on your team. At $8 a month residual income, that's $40,000 a month. Do you want to know the difference between someone that makes $50,000 a year and $50,000 a month? Belief. See, whatever you believe, you are 100% correct. See, if you said, I can't make $40,000 a month, you know what? You're absolutely right. You can't. Because there is nothing that you'd have learned, nothing that you would have stored in your mind is going to be referenced to doing it. Only thing that's going to be referenced is can't. Every reference of can't is going to come up front. But if you believe with the right tools, with the right knowledge, with the right support, anything is possible for you to accomplish, then you absolutely can. If you believe that you can build a business that helps 250 people a week get empowered to improve their finances, then that would pay you $5,000 a week, $20,000 a month. And into that year, that 12-month period, you'd have 12,500 people on your team. At $8 a month residual income, that would pay you $100,000 a month. Now, we have individuals in our company that are compensated at all three of those levels, documented. But in addition to that upfront money in the residual, people are still purchasing from their websites. So if people are purchasing from your websites like they did on ours on Cyber Monday because we were in the game, we get 60% commission on them sales. We get 20% on our team retail sales. So we have multiple income streams from this one vehicle. The same way the Walmarts do, the Waffle House do, they dominate. Now, here's where you decide, CEO, if you are going to move the needle. You get our entire system for $27.95. You get a personalized website that lets you manage it all. We train you how to market your business online, offline. You get access to our world-class business center. We're going to be doing this 2 more nights. The next 2 nights we're going to be doing this live. So that means not only can you take action tonight, but you can refer people to the information. It doesn't matter if you don't know how to explain it. You know how to say, you need to get on this Facebook Live or directly on the webinar because there's some good information that can help you. Guess what? We're going to help you adjust your W-4. We're not going to say, okay, go adjust your W-4. We're going to help you do it. We're going to help you set up the video system. Here's what you do, step by step, how you go about doing it. And then the videos walk you through it step by step. We help you. We support you. We have video support, live trainings on step-by-step. How do you download the Cash Flow Manager software on your smartphone? How do you put in the first transaction, which will be your $27.95? How do you put in your cell phone and make it a recurring expense so you have to put it in every single month? How do you put in your insurance on your car, interest off the car loan? How do you put in those things? We show you how. We help you. How do you set up the debt elimination software? It's step-by-step. Everything is step-by-step. Video trainings. So even though you might have went to a live training, you get it reinforced from the videos because everyone learns and grows at their own pace. There are archived videos waiting for you tonight on what's a stock, what's a bond, what's a real asset, what's a commodity, how do you set up an investment account. Those are trainings that we already did that's archived in your website that's waiting for you. I already told you get the entire system. One time, $27.95. Well, guess what? That's going away in a week. That's our promotional price. That's going away in 1 week. Now, you have 2 more days to have this live Facebook feed to be able to share it with someone. Otherwise, you have to use recordings, wait till after New Year's, and then after 30 days, it's $34.95. Why? Because you need to maintain the software. You need to maintain your status as a business owner. So you literally have to pay about $1.16 a day to keep your business open. That's nothing. What would you have to pay to keep that gym open? If you had a catering business, what would you have to pay every single month to keep your catering business open? Think about this. There are people that do Uber. How much extra gas do you have to spend and tolls just to operate as an Uber driver? See, any type of business you're going to have to do, there's going to be some operating expenses. Operating cost. Well, your operating cost to maintain this business is $1.16 a day, and it's 100% tax deductible. No brainer. And guess what? It's insignificant because we're putting, if you're a W-2 employee, which there's 100 million of them out there that we can help, we're putting $200 to $500 in your paycheck every single month. So your $34.95 is giving you access to the $200 to $500 every month. No brainer. Valuable tax benefits. See, most people save more on taxes, significantly more on taxes, than even cost them to operate their business, which is also 100% tax deductible. So I hope that in this 40 plus minutes that you spent with us, that you learned, one, there are hundreds of tax deductions that are accessed to business owners that employees alone don't have. That by you spending $27.95 and getting our online web-based business, you now have access to these. You also have our assistance, support, and learning how to apply as many of those deductions as possible to your life. We're going to use the IRS publications to show you how to operate effectively and efficiently as a business owner. And we're going to help you share that information with as many people as we possibly can, online and offline, so you can build you a profitable business that at some point can give you enough income to give you your 40 to 60 hours back. That will give you time freedom. That will give you location freedom. That will give you financial freedom. So I want to thank everyone that came on the webinar and our...
Gas was paused. Damn, I don't know how long ago it was paused.
Guys, I'm not sure how long it paused. I couldn't tell that it paused, so my apologies. So I have to pick up the slack tomorrow. For those who wasn't able to see the whole overview, I'll have to go back and look to see, just how much of it, you guys were able to see. Wow. That's what I get for using this phone. I'll use the other phone next time. So my apologies. Just going to wave some folks. I'll go back and look and see, where it started. I know I stopped one time and picked it back up. Denise Burke was on. Outstanding. Denise. My cousin Cedric was on. All right. Metris. High school mate Roland. Antonio. Holly was on.